asterisk. jQuery JavaScript library, v3.1.1 Ajax, Ajax JSONP, Ajax load, Ajax parse XML, Ajax script, Ajax var location, Ajax var nonce, Ajax var query, Ajax XHR, manipulation, underscore eval URL comma dash event slash Ajax comma dash effects slash animated selector comma dash effects slash tween comma dash deprecated. https://jQuery.com / includes sizzle.js. https://sizzlejs.com / Copyright jQuery Foundation and other contributors. Released under the MIT license. https://jQuery.org/license * Date 2016-09-22T22:30Z * Global Factory. Use strict. If type of module == object and then type of module.exports == object. For CommonJS and CommonJS-like environments where a proper window is present, execute the factory and get jQuery. For environments that do not have a window with a document, such as Node.js, expose a factory as module.exports. This accentuates the need for the creation of a real window, e.g. var jQuery =require jQuery window. See ticket number 14549 for more info. Module.exports =global.document. Factory global true function w if w.document throw new error. jQuery requires a window with a document. Return factory w else factory global. Past this if window is not defined yet. Type of window == undefined window. This function window no global. Edge <= 12, 13 plus, Firefox <= 18, 45 plus, IE 10, 11, Safari 5.1, 9 plus, iOS 6, 9.1. Throw exceptions when non-strict code, e.g., ASP.NET 4.5 accesses strict mode, arguments.callee.caller, TRAC 13335. But as of jQuery 3.0, 2016, strict mode should be common enough that all such attempts are guarded in a try block. Use strict. Var error = var document window.document. Var get proto = object.get prototype of. Var slice = arr.slice. Var concat = arr.concat. Var push = arr.push. Var index of = arr.index of. Var class to type = var to string = class to type to string. Var has own = class to type has own property. Var fn to string = has own to string. Var object function string = fn to string call object. Var support = function dom eval code doc = doc document. Var script = doc.create element script. Script.text = code doc.head.append child script. Parent node.remove child script. * global symbol * defining this global in .eslintrc.json would create a danger of using the global unguarded in another place. It seems safer to define global only for this module. Var version = 3.1.1 Ajax, Ajax JSONP, Ajax load, Ajax parse XML, Ajax script, Ajax var location, Ajax var nonce, Ajax var query, Ajax XHR, manipulation, underscore eval URL comma dash event slash Ajax comma dash effects slash animated selector comma dash effects slash tween comma dash deprecated. Define a local copy of jQuery. jQuery equals function, selector, context. The jQuery object is actually just the init constructor. Enhanced need init if jQuery is called. Just allow error to be thrown if not included. Return new jQuery.fn.init selector context. Support Android less than equals 4.0 only. Make sure we trim BOM and NBSP. Trim equals SUFFFXA0 plus SUFFFXA0 plus $G. Matches dashed string for camelizing RMS prefix equals MS. Dash alpha equals A to Z G. Used by jQuery.camelcase as callback to replace camelcase equals function all letter return letter dot to uppercase. jQuery.fn equals jQuery.prototype equals the current version of jQuery being used. jQuery version constructor jQuery. The default length of a jQuery object is 0 length 0. To array function return slice dot call this. Get the nth element in the matched element set or get the whole matched element set as a clean array. Get function num. Return all the elements in a clean array if num equals null. Return slice dot call this. Return just the one element from the set. Return num less than 0. This num plus this dot length this num. Take an array of elements and push it onto the stack, returning the new matched element set. Push stack function elems. Build a new jQuery matched element set. var red equals jQuery.merge this dot constructor elems. Add the old object onto the stack as a reference. ret.prov object equals this. Return the newly formed element set. Return red. Execute a callback for every element in the matched set. Each function callback return jQuery.each this callback. Map function callback return this dot push stack jQuery.map this function lm I return callback dot call lm I lm. Slice function return this dot push stack slice dot apply this arguments. First function return this dot eq 0. Last function return this dot eq minus 1. Ec function I var len equals this dot length j equals plus I less than 0 len 0. Return this dot push stack j greater than equals 0 and int j less than len this j. End function return this dot prov object this dot constructor. For internal use only. Behaves like an arrays method, not like jQuery method. Push sort arr.sort splice arr.splice. jQuery.extend equals jQuery.fn.extend equals function var options name src copy is array clone target equals arguments 0. I equals 1 length equals arguments dot length deep equals false. Handle a deep copy situation if type of target equals boolean deep equals target. Skip the boolean in the target equals arguments I plus. Handle case when target is a string or something possible and deep copy if type of target equals object and end. jQuery.is function target equals. Extend jQuery itself if only one argument is passed. If I equals length target equals this I. For I less than length I plus. Only deal with non-null/undefined values if options equals arguments I equals null. Extend the base object for name and options src equals target name copy equals options name. Prevent never-ending loop if target equals copy continue. Recursive where merging plain objects or arrays if depend and copy and end. jQuery. Is plain object copy. Copy is array equals jQuery. Is array copy. If copy is array equals false, clone equals src and in jQuery. Is array src. Else, clone equals src and in jQuery. Is plain object src. Never move original objects. Clone them. Target name equals jQuery. Extend deep clone copy. Don't bring in undefined values. Else if copy equals undefined target name equals copy. Return the modified object. Return target. jQuery. Extend. Unique for each copy of jQuery on the page. Expando. jQuery plus version plus math.random.replace dg. Assume jQuery is ready without a ready module is ready. True. Error. Function MSG. Throw new error MSG. Noob. Function is function obj. Return jQuery.type obj equals function is array is array is window function obj. Return obj equals null and obj equals obj.window is numeric function obj. As of jQuery 3.0, is numeric is limited to strings in numbers, primitives or objects that can be coerced to finite numbers. GH 2662 var type equals jQuery.type obj. Return type equals number. Type equals string and end. Parse float ends numeric cast false positives, but misinterprets leading number strings, particularly hex literals. 0x subtraction forces infinities to n. Is n obj. Parse float obj. Is plain object function obj. Var proto tor. Detect obvious negatives used to string instead of jQuery.type to catch host objects if obj. To string.call obj. Equals object return false. Proto equals get proto obj. Objects with no prototype, e.g., object.create null are plain if proto return true. Objects with prototype are plain if they were constructed by a global object function or equals has own.call proto constructor and in proto.constructor return type of or equals function and in def and to string.call tor equals object function string is empty object function obj. Asterisk /lint disable no unused vars asterisk c https://github.com/slint/issues/6125 var name 4 name and obj. Return false. Return true. Type function obj. If obj equals null return obj plus. Support Android less than equals 2.3 only. Function at regexp. Return type of obj equals object. Type of obj equals function. Class to type to string.call obj. Object. Type of obj. Evaluates a script in a global context. Global eval function code DOM eval code. Convert dash to camel case. Used by the CSS and data modules support, i.e. less than equals 9, 11, Edge 12, 13. Microsoft forgot to hump their vendor prefix, number 9572. Camel case, function, string, return string dot replace RMS prefix, ms dot replace dash alpha, camel case. Node name. Function elem name return elem.node name and end elem.node name dot z lowercase equals name dot z lowercase. Each function obj callback var length I equals 0. If is array like obj length equals obj dot length 4. I less than length, I plus plus if, callback dot call obj I equals false, break, else, for, I and obj if, callback dot call obj I equals false, break, return obj. Support. Android less than equals 4.0 only trim, function, text, return text equals null. Text plus, dot replace trim. Results is for internal usage only make array, function, error, results, var red equals results. If error equals null, if is array like object error, jQuery dot merge red, type of error equals string, error, else, push dot call red, error, return red. In array, function, lm, error, I, return error equals null, -1, index of dot call error, lm, I. Support. Android less than equals 4.0 only, Phantom.js1 only push dot apply, array like throws an ancient WebKit merge, function, first, second, var len equals plus second dot length, j equals 0, I equals first dot length. 4. J less than len, j plus plus first, I plus plus equals second, j. First dot length equals I. Return first. Grep, function, lms, callback, invert, var callback inverse, matches equals, I equals 0, length equals elems dot length, callback expect equals, invert. Go through the array, only saving the items that pass the validator function for. I less than length, I plus plus, callback inverse equals, callback lms I, if, callback inverse, equals callback expect, matches dot push lms I. Return matches. Arg is for internal usage only map, function, lms, callback, arg, var length, value, I equals 0, red equals. Go through the array, translating each of the items to their new values if is array like lms, length equals elems dot length, for. I less than length, I plus plus, value equals callback lms I, arg. If value equals null, ret dot push value. Go through every key on the object, else, for, I and lms, value equals callback lms I, arg. If value equals null, ret dot push value. Flatten any nested arrays return conquet dot apply, red. A global GUID counter for objects GUID, 1. Bind a function to a context, optionally partially applying any arguments. Proxy, function, fn, context, var temp, args, proxy. If, type of context equals string, temp equals fn, context equals fn equals temp. Quick check to determine if target is callable. In the spec, this throws a type error, but we will just return undefined. If jQuery.isFunction fn, return undefined. Simulated bind args equals slice.call arguments, 2, proxy equals function, return fn.apply context. This, args.conquet slice.call arguments. Set the GUID of unique handler to the same of original handler, so it can be removed. Proxy.gd equals fn.gd equals fn.gd. jQuery.gd++. Return proxy. Now. Date.now. jQuery.support is not used in core but other projects attach their properties to it so it needs to exist. Support. If type of symbol equals function jQuery.fn symbol.iterator equals error symbol.iterator. Populate the class to type map jQuery.h boolean number string function array date regexp object error symbol.split function I, name, class to type, object, plus name plus equals name dot to lowercase. Function is array-like obj. Support, real iOS 8.2 only, not reproducible in simulator. In check used to prevent JIT error, GH 2145 has zone isn't used here due to false negatives regarding node list length in IE var length equals obj and length in obj and obj.length, type equals jQuery.type obj. If type equals function jQuery is window obj, return false. Return type equals array. Length equals 0. Type of length equals number and in length greater than 0 and end length 1 in obj. Var sizzle equals asterisk. Sizzle CSS selector engine v2.3.3 https://sizzlejs.com/**. Copyright jQuery Foundation and other contributors. Released under the MIT license. http://jQuery.org/license**. Date August 8, 2016**. Function window. Var I support expr. Get text is XML, tokenize, compile, select, outermost context, sort input, has duplicate. Local document var set document, doclm, document is HTML, rebutgeek USA, rebutgeek matches, contains. Instance specific data expando equals sizzle +1 asterisk new date. Prefer doc equals window dot document. Duruns equals 0, done equals 0, class cache equals create cache, token cache equals create cache, compiler cache equals create cache, sort order equals function A, B, if A equals B, has duplicate equals true, return 0. Instance methods has own equals, dot has own property, AR equals, pop equals ARR dot pop, push native equals ARR dot push, push equals ARR dot push, slice equals ARR dot slice. You use a stripped down index of as it's faster than native. https://jsperf.com/thor-indexof-versus-4/5 index of equals function list lm var I equals 0 len equals list dot length 4 I less than len I plus if list I equals lm return I return -1. Booleans equals checked, selected, async, autofocus, autoplay, controls, defer, disabled, hidden, is map, loop, multiple, open, read only, required, scoped. Regular expressions. http://www.w3.org/tr/css3-selectors/hash whitespace equals x20trnf. http://www.w3.org/tr/css21/syntate.html hash value -f-identifier equals $var w0xa0 plus attribute selectors. http://www.w3.org/tr/selectors/hash attribute-selectors attributes equals plus whitespace plus asterisk plus identifier plus whitespace plus operator capture to asterisk $. Equals, plus whitespace plus attribute values must be CSS identifiers, capture 5 or strings, capture 3 or capture 4, asterisk. $, asterisk. $, asterisk. Plus identifier plus whitespace plus asterisk. Pseudos equals, plus identifier plus plus to reduce the number of selectors needing tokenize in the prefilter, prefer arguments, 1. Quoted, capture 3, capture 4 or capture 5. Dot bar, asterisk. Dot bar, asterisk. Plus 2. Simple, capture 6. Dot bar. Plus attributes plus asterisk. Plus 3. Anything else, capture 2. Asterisk, plus. Leading and non-escape trailing whitespace, capturing some non-whitespace characters preceding the latter had a space equals new regexp, whitespace plus, g, retrim equals new regexp, plus whitespace plus. Asterisk plus whitespace plus dollar, g. Recom equals new regexp, plus whitespace plus asterisk, plus whitespace plus asterisk. Recombinators equals new regexp, plus whitespace plus asterisk. Greater than plus whitespace plus whitespace plus asterisk. Rattribute quotes equals new regexp, equals plus whitespace plus asterisk. Asterisk. Plus whitespace plus asterisk, g. Pseudo equals new regexp, pseudos. Identifier equals new regexp, plus identifier plus dollar. Match expr equals id, new regexp, number, plus identifier plus class, new regexp, plus identifier plus tag, new regexp, plus identifier plus asterisk, attr, new regexp, plus attributes, pseudo, new regexp, plus pseudos, child, new regexp, only, first, last, nth last, child, of type, plus whitespace plus asterisk, even, odd, plus minus, d asterisk n, plus whitespace plus asterisk, plus minus, plus whitespace plus asterisk, d plus whitespace plus asterisk, I, bool, new regexp, plus booleans plus dollar, I, for use in libraries implementing.is. We use this for POS matching in select, needs context, new regexp, plus whitespace plus asterisk, greater than plus, even, odd, egg, gt, ld, nth, first, last, plus whitespace plus asterisk, d asterisk, plus whitespace plus asterisk, equals, dollar, I, inputs equals, colon input, select, text area, button, dollar I, reader equals hd dollar I, renative equals, plus, s asterisk, native w, easily parsable / retrievable ID or tag or class selectors requick expr equals, number, w plus dollar, or sibling equals, plus, CSS escapes, http://www.w3.org/tr/css21/syntate.html #escaped -characters runescape equals new regexp, def 1 6 plus whitespace plus whitespace plus ig funescape equals function escaped whitespace var high equals 0x plus escaped 0 by 10,000 then means non-code point support. Firefox less than 24 worked around erroneous numeric interpretation of plus 0x return high equals high escaped whitespace escaped high less than 0 BMP code point string dot from char code high plus 0 by 10,000 supplemental plain code point surrogate pair string dot from char code high greater than 10 0xd800 high and 0x3ff 0xdc00 CSS string identifier serialization, https://drafts.cssom/hash common-serializing-idioms escape equals 0x1fx7f d dollar 0x1fx7fuffffwg escape equals function ch as code point if as code point u plus 0000 null becomes u plus ffft replacement character if ch equals 0 return uffft control characters and, dependent upon position, numbers get escaped as code points return ch.slice 0, -1 plus ch.charcode add ch.length 1. To string 16 plus other potentially special ASCII characters get \escape return plus ch used for if remc set document. Removing the function wrapper causes a permission denied error in IE unload handler equals function set document. Disabled ancestor equals add combinator function lm return elem.disabled equals true and end form in lm label in lm dir parent node next legend optimize for push.apply node list try push.apply AR equals slice.call preferred doc.child nodes preferred doc.child nodes support Android less than 4.0 detect silently failing push.apply error preferred doc.child nodes.length.node type catch push equals apply arr.length leverage slice if possible function target else push underscore native dot apply target slice dot call else support IE less than 9 otherwise append directly function target else var j equals target dot length I equals 0 can't trust node list dot length while target j ++ equals else I ++ target dot length equals j 1 function sizzle selector context results seed var m I lm nud match groups new selector new context equals context and then context owner document node type defaults to 9 since context defaults to document node type equals context context.node type 9 results equals results return early from calls with invalid selector or context if type of selector equals string selector node type equals 1 and a node type equals 9 and a node type equals 11 return results try it to shortcut find operations as opposed to filters in HTML documents if seed if context.owner document context preferred doc equals document set document context equals context document if document is HTML if the selector is sufficiently simple try using a get *by* DOM method accepting document fragment context where the methods don't exist if node type equals 11 and end match equals requick expr.exact selector id selector if m equals match 1 document context if node type equals 9 if lm equals context.get element by id m support IE Opera WebKit to do identify versions get element by id can match elements by name instead of id if elem.id equals m results.push lm return results else return results element context else support IE Opera WebKit to do identify versions get element by id can match elements by name instead of id if new context and end lm equals new context.get element by id m and then contains context lm and then elem.id equals m results.push lm, return results. Type selector else if match to push.apply results, context.get elements by tag name selector, return results. Class selector else if m equals match 3 and in support.get elements by class name and in context.get elements by class name. Push.apply results, context.get elements by class name m, return results. Take advantage of query selector all if support.usa and end. Compiler cache, selector plus, and end. RobotGeekUSA. RobotGeekUSA.test selector. If no type equals 1, new context equals context, new selector equals selector. USA looks outside element context, which is not what we want thanks to Andrew Dupont for this workaround technique support, i.e. less than equals 8 exclude object elements else if context.nodename.to lowercase equals object. Capture the context ID, setting it first if necessary if nid equals context.get attribute id, nid equals nid.replace escape, else, context.set attribute id, nid equals expando. Prefix every selector in the list groups equals tokenize selector, I equals groups.length, while I, groups I equals number plus nid plus to selector, groups I, new selector equals groups.join. Expand context for sibling selectors new context equals rsibling.test selector and in test context.parent node. Context. If new selector, try, push.apply results, new context.query selector all new selector, return results, catch, xire. Finally, if nid equals expando, context.remove attribute id. All others return select, selector.replace trim, $1, context, results, seed. ***. Create key value caches of limited size. At returns, function, string, object returns the object data after storing it on itself with property name the space suffixed string and, if the cache is larger than the xpr.cache length, deleting the oldest entry * function create cache, var keys equals function cache key value use key plus, to avoid collision with native prototype properties, see issue number 157 if keys.push key plus greater than the xpr.cache length only keep the most recent entries delete cache, keys.shift, return cache, key plus, equals value, return cache. ***. Mark a function for special use by Sizzle. At param function fn a function to mark * function mark function fn expando equals true, return fn. ***. Support testing using an element. At param function fn pass the created element and returns a boolean result * function assert fn var l equals document.createElement field set. Try return fn l catch e return false. Finally, removed from its parent by default if el.parentNode, el.parentNode.remove child l, release memory in IE l equals null. ***. Adds the same handler for all of the specified attrs. At param string attrs pipe separated list of attributes. At param function handler the method that will be applied * function add handle attrs handler var a equals attrs.split I equals arr.length while I expr.attr handle error I equals handler. ***. Checks document order of two siblings. At param element A. At param element B. At returns number returns less than 0 if a precedes B. greater than 0 if a follows the asterisk function sibling check a, b, var cur equals b and a, diff equals cur and a dot node type equals 1 and b dot node type equals 1 and a dot source index, b dot source index. Use IE source index if available on both nodes if diff, return diff. Check if b follows if cur while cur equals cur dot next sibling if cur equals b, return -1. Return I. 1. -1. Asterisk. Returns a function to use in pseudos for input types. Add param string type asterisk function create input pseudo type return function lm var name equals elem dot node name dot z lowercase return name equals input and an elem dot type equals type asterisk. Returns a function to use in pseudos for buttons. Add param string type asterisk function create button pseudo type return function lm var name equals elem dot node name dot z lowercase return name equals input name equals button and an elem dot type equals type asterisk. Returns a function to use in pseudos for :enabled / disabled. Add param boolean disabled true for :disabled, false for :enabled asterisk function create disabled pseudo disabled. Known :disabled false positives. Field set disabled greater than legend :n dash of dash type n+2 can disable return function lm. Only certain elements can match :enabled or :disabled https://html.spec.whatg.org/multipage/scripting.html #selector-enabled https://html.spec.whatg.org/multipage/scripting.html #selector-disabled if form in lm. Check for inherited disabledness on relevant non-disabled elements. Asterisk listed form associated elements in a disabled field set. https://html.spec.whatg.org/multipage/forms.html #category-listed. https://html.spec.whatg.org/multipage/forms.html #concept-fa-disabled option elements in a disabled opt group. https://html.spec.whatg.org/multipage/forms.html #concept-option-disabled. All such elements have a form property. If elem.parent_node and an elem.disabled equals false. Option elements differ to a parent opt group if present if label in lm if label in elem.parent_node return elem.parent_node.disabled equals disabled else return elem.disabled equals disabled. Support IE6 11 use the isDisabled shortcut property to check for disabled field set ancestors. Return elem.isDisabled equals disabled. Where there is no isDisabled, check manually asterisk chins w018 asterisk elem.isDisabled equals disabled and disabled ancestor lm equals disabled. Return elem.disabled equals disabled. Try to winnow out elements that can be disabled before trusting the disabled property. Some victims get caught in our net label, legend, menu, track, but it shouldn't even exist on them, let alone have a boolean value. Else if label in lm, return elem.disabled equals disabled. Remaining elements are neither :enabled nor :disabled return false. Asterisk. Returns a function to use in pseudos for positionals. At param function fn asterisk function create positional pseudo fn return mark function argument equals plus argument return mark function seed matches var j match indexes equals fn seed dot length argument I equals match indexes dot length match elements found at the specified indexes while I if seed j equals match indexes I seed j equals matches j equals seed j asterisk checks a node for validity as a SYSL context. At param element object equals context. At returns element object boolean the input node if acceptable, otherwise a false value asterisk function test context return context and type of context dot get elements by tag name equals undefined and in context. Expose support vars for convenient support equals SYSL dot support equals asterisk detects XML nodes. At param element object lm an element or a document. At returns boolean true if lm is a non-HTML XML node asterisk is XML equals SYSL dot is XML equals function lm document element is verified for cases where it doesn't yet exist, such as loading iframes in IE number 4833 var document element equals lm and end elem dot owner document lm dot document element return document element dot node name equals HTML false asterisk sets document related variables once based on the current document. At param element object doc an element or document object to use to set the document. At returns object returns the current document asterisk set document equals SYSL dot set document equals function node var has compare subwindow doc equals node dot owner document node preferred doc return early if doc is invalid or already selected if doc equals document doc dot node type equals 9 doc dot document element return document update global variables document equals doc lm equals document dot document element document is HTML equals is XML document support I911 edge accessing iframe documents after unload throws permission denied errors jQuery number 13936 if preferred doc equals document and end subwindow equals document dot default view and in subwindow dot top equals subwindow support IE11 edge of subwindow dot add event listener unload handler false support IE9 10 only else if subwindow dot attach event on unload handler asterisk attributes asterisk support IE less than 8 verify that get attribute really returns attributes and not properties accepting IE8 booleans support dot attributes equals assert function el dot class name equals I return el dot get attribute class name asterisk get element s by asterisk check if get elements by tag name asterisk returns only elements support dot get elements by tag name equals assert function el dot append child document dot create comment return el dot get elements by tag name asterisk dot length support IE less than 9 support dot get elements by class name equals rnative dot test document dot get elements by class name support i.e. less than 10. Check if getElementById returns elements by name. The broken getElementById methods don't pick up programmatically set names, so use a roundabout getElementsByName test. Support.getById equals assert function l.lm.append child l.id equals expando return document.getElementsByName document.getElementsByName expando.length id filter and find if support.getById expr.filter id equals function id var attr id equals id dot replace runescape funescape return function lm return elem.get attribute id equals attr id expr.find id equals function id context if type of context.getElementById equals undefined and then document is HTML var lm equals context.getElementById id return lm else expr.filter id equals function id var attr id equals id dot replace runescape funescape return function lm var node equals type of elem.get attribute node equals undefined and then elem.get attribute node id return node and then node.value equals attr id support IE6 7 only getElementById is not reliable as a find shortcut. expr.find id equals function id context if type of context.getElementById equals undefined and then document is HTML var node lems lm equals context.getElementById id if lm verify the id attribute node equals elem.get attribute node id if node and then node.value equals id return lm fallback on getElementsByName lems equals context.getElementsByName id I equals 0 while lm equals lems I plus node equals elem.get attribute node id if node and then node.value equals id return lm return tag expr.find tag equals support.getElementsByTagName function tag context if type of context.getElementsByTagName equals undefined return context.getElementsByTagName tag document fragment nodes don't have GBT else if support.usa return context.query selector all tag function tag context var lm temp equals I equals 0 by happy coincidence a broken GBTN appears on document fragment nodes 2 results equals context.getElementsByTagName tag filter out possible comments if tag equals asterisk while lm equals results I plus if elem.node type equals 1 temp.push lm return temp return results class expr.find class equals support.getElementsByClassName and then function class name context if type of context.getElementsByClassName equals undefined and then document is HTML return context.getElementsByClassName class name asterisk USA matches selector asterisk USA and matches selector support matches selector active reports false when true I9 Opera 11.5 Rebutski matches equals QSA focus reports false when true Chrome 21. We allow this because of a bug in IE9 that throws an error whenever document.activeElement is accessed on an iframe, so we allow focus to pass through QSA all the time to avoid the IE error. See https://bugs.jQuery.com/ticket/13378 Rebutski QSA equals if Support.usa equals rnative.test document.query selector all build USA reject strategy adopted from the ego perini assert function L. Select is set to empty string on purpose. This is to test IA's treatment of not explicitly setting a Boolean content attribute, since its presence should be enough. https://bugs.jQuery.com/ticket/12359.lm.append child l.inner html equals less than it equals plus expando plus greater than /a plus less than selected equals plus expando plus r Mozilla capture equals greater than plus less than option selected equals greater than /option/select. Support I8 Opera 11.12.16 Nothing should be selected when empty strings follow equals or $equals or asterisk equals. The test attribute must be unknown in Opera but safe for WinRT. https://msdn.microsoft.com/n-us/library/i/h8465388.aspects #attribute_section if el.query selector all Mozilla capture equals length or budgetusa.push asterisk $ equals plus white space plus asterisk. Support I8 Boolean attributes and value are not treated correctly if el.query selector all selected.length or budgetusa.push plus white space plus asterisk value plus booleans plus. Support Chrome less than 29, Android less than 4.4, Safari less than 7.0 plus, iOS less than 7.0 plus, Phantom.js less than 1.9.8 plus if el.query selector all it equals plus expando plus .length or budgetusa.push equals WebKit Opera checked should return selected option elements. http://www.w3.org/tr/2011/rec-css3-selectors-20110929 #checked I8 throws error here and will not see later tests if el.query selector all check.length or budgetusa.push checked. Support Safari 8 plus, iOS 8 plus, https://bugs.webkit.org/show_bug.cgi question it equals 136851 in page selector hashed siblings combinator selector fails if el.query selector all a sharp plus expando plus asterisk .length or budgetusa.push #plus assert function el el.inner html equals less than href equals disabled greater than /a plus less than select disabled equals disabled greater than option / select. Support Windows 8 native apps. The type and name attributes are restricted during .inner HTML assignment var input equals document.createElement input.set attribute type hidden el.append child input.set attribute name d. Support I8 enforced case sensitivity if name attribute if el.query selector all name equals d.length or budgetusa.push name plus white space plus asterisk $, equals ff3.5 enabled / disabled and hidden elements are still enabled. I8 throws error here and will not see later tests if el.query selector all enabled.length equals 2 or budgetusa.push enabled disabled. Support I9-11 plus I's disabled selector does not pick up the children of disabled field sets lm.append child l.disabled equals true if el.query selector all disabled.length equals 2 or budgetusa.push enabled disabled. Opera 1011 does not throw on post invalid pseudos el.query selector all asterisk :x, rebutgeekusa.push, asterisk. If support.matches selector equals rnative.test, matches equals doclm.matches, doclm.webkit matches selector, doclm.mos matches selector, doclm.o matches selector, doclm.ms matches selector. Assert function L. Check to see if it's possible to do matches selector on a disconnected node, i.e. 9 support.disconnected match equals matches.call L asterisk. This should fail with an exception. Gecko does not error, returns false instead. Matches.call L s equals :x, rebutge matches.push equals sudos. rebutgeekusa equals rebutgeekusa.length and a new regexp, rebutgeekusa.join. rebutge matches equals rebutge matches.length and a new regexp, rebutge matches.join. Asterisk contains. Asterisk has compare equals rnative.test doclm.compare document position. Element contains another purposefully self-exclusive, as in, an element does not contain itself contains equals has compare. rnative.test doclm.contains function a b var down equals a.node type equals 9 a.document element a bup equals b and an b.parent node return equals bup bup and an bup.node type equals 1 and end addon.contains bup a.compare document position and an a.compare document position bup and 16 function a b if b while b equals b.parent node if b equals a return true return false. Asterisk sorting asterisk document order sorting sort order equals has compare function a b flag for duplicate removal if a equals b has duplicate equals true return 0. Sort on method existence if only one input has compare document position var compare equals a.compare document position b.compare document position if compare return compare. Calculate position if both inputs belong to the same document compare equals a.owner document a equals b.owner document b a.compare document position b. Otherwise we know they are disconnected one. Disconnected nodes if compare and 1. Support.sort attached and an b.compare document position a equals compare. Choose the first element that is related to our preferred document if a equals document a.owner document equals preferred doc and then contains preferred doc a return -1 if b equals document b.owner document equals preferred doc and then contains preferred doc b return 1. Maintain original order return sort input index of sort input a index of sort input b 0. Return compare in 4 -1 1. Function a b exit early if the nodes are identical if a equals b has duplicate equals true return 0. Varchar I equals 0 bup equals a.parent node bup equals b.parent node ap equals a bp equals b. Parentless nodes are either documents or disconnected if bup return equals document -1 b equals document 1 bup -1 bup 1. Sort input index of sort input a index of sort input b 0. If the nodes are siblings, we can do a quick check else if bup equals bup return sibling check a b. Otherwise we need full list of their ancestors for comparison. Core equals a while Cur equals cur dot parent node ap dot unshift cur equals b wall cur equals cur dot parent node bp dot unshift cur. Walk down the tree looking for a discrepancy while API equals BP I plus plus. Return I. Do a sibling check if the nodes have a common ancestor. Sibling check API BP I. Otherwise nodes in our document sort first. API equals preferred doc -1 BP I equals preferred doc 1 0. Return document. Sizzle.matches equals function expr elements. Return sizzle expr null elements. Sizzle.matches selector equals function lm expr set document vars if needed. If elem.owner document lm equals document set document lm. Make sure that attribute selectors are quoted. Expr equals expr dot replace attribute quotes equals $1. If support dot matches selector and in document is HTML and end. Compiler cache expr plus and end. Rebujgi matches dot test expr and end. Rebujgi USA dot test expr. Try var red equals matches dot call lm expr. I9's matches selector returns false on disconnected nodes if red. Support dot disconnected match. As well, disconnected nodes are said to be in a document fragment in I9 elem dot document and end elem dot document dot node type equals 11. Return red catch e. Return sizzle expr document null lm dot length greater than 0. Sizzle dot contains equals function context lm set document vars if needed. If context dot owner document context equals document set document context. Return contains context lm. Sizzle.attr equals function lm name set document vars if needed. If elem.owner document lm equals document set document lm. Var fn equals expr.attr handle name.to lowercase. Don't get fooled by object.prototype properties. jQuery number 13807 val equals fn and int has own.call expr.attr handle name.to lowercase. Fn lm name. Document is HTML undefined. Return val equals undefined val. Support.attributes. Document is HTML. elem.getAttribute name. Val equals elem.getAttribute node name and in val.specified. Val.value null. Sizzle.escape equals function cell return cell plus dot replace escape escape. Sizzle.error equals function msg throw new error syntax error unrecognized expression plus msg. Asterisk. Document sorting and removing duplicates. At param array like results asterisk sizzle.unique sort equals function results var lm duplicates equals j equals 0 I equals 0. Unless we no asterisk we can detect duplicates. Assume their presence has duplicate equals support.detect duplicates. Sort input equals support.sort stable and then results.slice 0. Results.sort sort order. If has duplicate while lm equals results I plus plus. If lm equals results I j equals duplicates dot push I while j results dot splice duplicates j 1. Clear input after sorting to release objects. C https://github.com/jQuery/sizzle/pull/225 sort input equals null. Return results. asterisk asterisk. Utility function for retrieving the text value of an array of DOM nodes. At param array element lm asterisk getText equals sizzle.getText equals function lm var node red equals I equals 0 node type equals elem.node type. If node type, if no node type, this is expected to be an array wall. Node equals lm I++. Do not traverse comment nodes red plus equals getText node. Else if node type equals 1. Node type equals 9. Node type equals 11. Use text content for elements inner text usage removed for consistency of new lines. jQuery number 11153. If type of elem.text content equals string, return elem.text content, else traverse its children for lm equals elem.first child, lm equals elem.next sibling red plus equals getText lm. Else if node type equals 3. Node type equals 4. Return elem.node value. Do not include comment or processing instruction nodes. Return red. Exp equals sizzle.selectors equals can be adjusted by the user cache length 50. Create pseudo mark function. Match expr attr handle. Find relative greater than dir parent node first true dir parent node plus dir previous sibling first true dir previous sibling. Prefilter attr function match 1 equals match 1 dot replace RuneScape Funescape. Move the given value to match 3 whether quoted or unquoted. Match 3 equals match 3 match 4 match 5 dot replace RuneScape Funescape. If match 2 equals match 3 equals plus match 3 plus return match dot slice 0 4 child function match asterisk matches from match expr child 1 type only nth 2 what child of type 3 argument even odd d asterisk n plus minus d plus for xn component of xn plus y argument plus minus d asterisk n 5 sign of xn component 6x of xn component 7 sign of y component 8y of y component asterisk match 1 equals match 1 dot to lowercase. If match 1 dot slice 0 3 equals nth asterisk requires argument if match 3 sizzle.error match 0. Numeric x and y parameters for expr.filter.child. Remember that false true cast respectively to 0 1 match 4 equals plus match 4 match 5 plus match 6 1 2 asterisk match 3 equals even match 3 equals odd match 5 equals plus match 7 plus match 8 match 3 equals odd. Other types prohibit arguments else if match 3 sizzle.error match 0 return match. Pseudo function match var access unquoted equals match 6 and unmatch 2. If match expr child.test match 0 return null. Accept quoted arguments as if match 3 match 2 equals match 4 match 5. Strip excess characters from unquoted arguments else if unquoted and an rpseudo.test unquoted and get excess from tokenize recursively excess equals tokenize unquoted true and advance to the next closing parenthesis excess equals unquoted dot index of unquoted dot length Excess, unquoted. Length. Excess is a negative index match 0 equals match 0 slice 0 excess match 2 equals unquoted slice 0 excess. Return only captures needed by the pseudo filter method. Type and argument return match slice 0 3. Filter. Tag function node name selector var node name equals node name selector replace RuneScape funescape g lowercase return node name selector equals asterisk function return true function elem return elem node name and end elem node name g lowercase equals node name. Class function class name var pattern equals class cache class name plus return pattern pattern equals new reg exp plus white space plus class name plus white space plus dollar and then class cache class name function elem return pattern test type of elem class name equals string and then elem class name type of elem get attribute equals undefined and then elem get attribute class. Attr function name operator check return function elem var result equals sizzle.attr elem name if result equals null return operator equals if operator return true result plus equals return operator equals result equals check operator equals result equals check operator equals check and then result index of check equals 0 operator equals asterisk equals check and then result index of check greater than -1 operator equals dollar equals check and then result slice check length equals check operator equals plus result replace with a space plus index of check greater than -1 operator equals result equals check result slice 0 check length plus 1 equals check plus false. Child function type what argument first last var simple equals type slice 0 3 equals nth forward equals type slice -4 equals last of type equals what equals of type return first equals 1 and then last equals 0. Shortcut for :n asterisk n function elem return elem.parent node function elem context xml var cache unique cache outer cache node index start br equals simple equals forward next sibling previous sibling parent equals elem.parent node name equals of type and end elem.node name .z lowercase use cache equals xml and end of type diff equals false if parent first last only child of type if simple while dir node equals elem while node equals node dir if of type node name .z lowercase equals name node type equals 1 return false reverse direction for :only asterisk if we haven't yet done so start equals br equals type equals only and end start and end next sibling return true start equals forward parent first child parent last child non-xml :nth child stores cache data on parent if forward and then use cache seek elem from a previously cached index In a gzip-friendly way, node equals parent. Outer cache equals node expando. Node expando equals support IE less than 9 only defend against cloned properties. jQuery GH1709 unique cache equals outer cache node.unique ID. Outer cache node.unique ID equals cache equals unique cache type. Node index equals cache 0 equals duruns and in cache 1. Diff equals node index and in cache 2. Node equals node index and in parent dot child nodes node index. Wow. Node equals plus node index and in node dir. Fall back to seeking lm from the start. Diff equals node index equals 0. Start.pop. When found, cache index is on parent and break if node.node type equals 1 and in plus diff and in node equals lm unique cache type equals duruns node index diff break. Else, use previously cached element index if available. If use cache in a gzip friendly way, node equals lm. Outer cache equals node expando. Node expando equals support IE less than 9 only defend against cloned properties. jQuery GH1709 unique cache equals outer cache node.unique ID. Outer cache node.unique ID equals cache equals unique cache type. Node index equals cache 0 equals duruns and in cache 1. Diff equals node index XML nth child or nth last child or nth last of type. If diff equals false, use the same loop as above to seek lm from the start wall. Node equals plus node index and a node dir. Diff equals node index equals 0. Start.pop. If of type node.node name.c lowercase equals name node.node type equals 1 and in plus diff. Cache the index of each encountered element. If use cache outer cache equals node expando. Node expando equals support IE less than 9 only defend against cloned properties. jQuery GH1709 unique cache equals outer cache node.unique ID. Outer cache node.unique ID equals unique cache type equals duruns diff. If node equals lm break, incorporate the offset, then check against cycle size. Diff equals last, return diff equals first. Diff percent first equals 0 and in diff first greater than equals 0. Pseudo function pseudo argument pseudo class names are case insensitive. http://www.w3.org/tr/selectors/hash pseudo-classes prioritized by case sensitivity in case custom pseudos are added with uppercase letters. Remember that set filters inherits from pseudos var args. fn equals expr.pseudos pseudo expr.setFilters pseudo.g lowercase sizzle.error unsupported pseudo plus pseudo. The user may use create pseudo to indicate that arguments are needed to create the filter function, just as sizzle does if fn expando return fn argument, but maintain support for old signatures if fn.length greater than 1 args equals pseudo argument return expr.setFilters.has own property pseudo.g lowercase marked function seed matches varix matched equals fn seed argument I equals match.length while I x equals index of seed matched I seed x equals matches x equals matched I. Function lm return fn lm 0 args return fn. Pseudos potentially complex pseudos not Mark function selector. Trim the selector path to compile to avoid treating leading and trailing spaces as combinators. var input equals results equals matcher equals compile selector dot replace trim $1 return matcher expando mark function seed matches context XML var lm unmatched equals matcher seed null XML I equals seed dot length match elements unmatched by matcher while I if lm equals unmatched I seed I equals matches I equals lm function lm context XML input 0 equals lm matcher input null XML results. Don't keep the element issue number 299 input 0 equals null return results.pop has mark function selector return function lm return sizzle selector lm dot length greater than 0 contains mark function text equals text dot replace runescape funescape return function lm return elem dot text content elem dot inner text get text lm dot index of text greater than -1 whether an element is represented by a :lang selector is based solely on the element's language value being equal to the identifier C, or beginning with the identifier C immediately followed by. The matching of C against the element's language value is performed case-insensitively. The identifier C does not have to be a valid language name. http://www.w3.org/tr/selectors/#lang-sudo lang mark function lang value must be a valid identifier if write identifier.test lang sizzle.error unsupported lang plus lang equals lang.replace runescape funescape.to lowercase return function lm var lm lang do if lm lang equals document is html elem.lang elem.get attribute xml lang elem.get attribute lang lm lang equals lm lang dot to lowercase return lm lang equals lang lm lang dot index of lang plus equals 0 while lm equals elem dot parent node and an elem dot node type equals 1 return false. Miscellaneous target function lm var hash equals window dot location and end window dot location dot hash return hash and end hash dot slice 1 equals elem dot id root function lm return lm equals doc lm focus function lm return lm equals document dot active element and end document dot has focus and end elem dot type elem dot href elem dot tab index boolean properties enabled create disabled pseudo false disabled create disabled pseudo true checked function lm in css3 checked should return both checked and selected elements http://www.w3.org/tr/2011/rec-selectors-20110929 checked var node name equals elem.nodename.to lowercase return node name equals input and end elem.checked node name equals option and end elem.selected selected function lm accessing this property makes selected by default options in Safari work properly if elem.parent node elem.parent-node.selected index return elem.selected equals true contents empty function lm http://www.w3.org/tr/selectors/hash empty-sudo:"empty" is negated by element 1 or content nodes, text, 3, data, 4, entity ref, 5, but not by others, comment, 8, processing instruction, 7, etc. Node type less than 6 works because attributes 2 do not appear as children for lm equals elem.firstChild, lm equals elem.nextSibling. If elem.nodeType less than 6, return false, return true. Parent function lm return expr.sudos empty lm. Element input types header function lm return rheader.test elem.nodename. Input function lm return inputs.test elem.nodename. Button function lm var name equals elem.nodename.c lowercase return name equals input and an elem.type equals button name equals button. Text function lm var attrib return elem.nodename.c lowercase equals input and an elem.type equals text and end. Support i.e. less than 8 new HTML5 attribute values, e.g., search appear with elem.type equals text, attr equals elem.get attribute type equals null, attr.t lowercase equals text. Position in collection. First, create positional pseudo function, return 0. Last, create positional pseudo function, match indexes, length, return length 1. Egg. Create positional pseudo function, match indexes, length, argument, return, argument less than 0, argument plus length, argument. Even. Create positional pseudo function, match indexes, length, var I equals 0, 4. I less than length, I plus equals 2, match indexes dot push I, return match indexes. Odd. Create positional pseudo function, match indexes, length, var I equals 1, 4. I less than length, I plus equals 2, match indexes dot push I, return match indexes. LT. Create positional pseudo function, match indexes, length, argument, var I equals argument less than 0, argument plus length, argument, 4. I greater than equals 0, match indexes dot push I, return match indexes. GT. Create positional pseudo function, match indexes, length, argument, var I equals argument less than 0, argument plus length, argument, 4. Plus I less than length, match indexes dot push I, return match indexes. expr.sudos nth equals expr.sudos egg. Add button input type sudos for in radio, true, checkbox, true, file, true, password, true, image, true, expr.sudos I equals create input sudo I, 4, in, submit, true, reset, true, expr.sudos I equals create button sudo I. Easy API for creating new set filters function set filters. Set filters.prototype equals expr.filters equals expr.sudos. expr.setFilters equals new set filters. Tokenize equals sizzle.tokenize equals function selector. Parse only, var matched, match, tokens, type, so far, groups, pre-filters, cached equals token cache, selector plus. If cached, return parse only, 0. Cache.slice 0. So far equals selector, groups equals, pre-filters equals expr.prefilter. Wow, so far. comma and first run if matched. Match equals RCOMMA.exact so far. If match, don't consume trailing commas as valid. So far equals so far.slice match 0.length. So far, groups.push, tokens equals match equals false. Combinators if match equals RCOMBINATORS.exact so far, match equals match.shift, tokens.push, value, matched, cast descendant combinators to space type, match, 0.replace or trim. So far equals so far.slice match.length. Filters for, type in expr.filter if match equals match expr, type.exact so far and end. Prefilters, type match equals prefilters, type match equals match.shift, tokens.push, value, matched, type matches, match, so far equals so far.slice match.length. If matched, break. Return the length of the invalid excess if we're just parsing otherwise. Throw an error or return tokens return parse only. So far.length. So far. Sizzle.error selector. Cache the tokens token cache selector. Groups.slice 0. Function to selector tokens var I equals 0 len equals tokens.length selector equals 4 I less than len I plus selector plus equals tokens I dot value return selector. Function add combinator matcher combinator base var_dir equals combinator.dir skip equals combinator.next key equals skip dir check non-elements equals space and then key equals parent node done name equals done plus return combinator.first check against closest ancestor preceding element function lm context xml wow lm equals lm dir if elem.node type equals 1 check non-elements return matcher lm context xml return false. Check against all ancestor preceding elements function lm context xml var old cache unique cache outer cache new cache equals diruns done name. We can't set arbitrary data on XML nodes, so they don't benefit from combinator caching if XML wow lm equals lm dir if elem.node type equals 1. Check non-elements if matcher lm context xml return true else wow lm equals lm dir if elem.node type equals 1. Check non-elements outer cache equals lm expando lm expando equals support I less than 9 only defend against cloned properties. jQuery GH1709 unique cache equals outer cache elem.unique ID outer cache elem.unique ID equals if skip and then skip equals elem.node name.c lowercase lm equals lm dir lm else if old cache equals unique cache key and then old cache 0 equals diruns and then old cache 1 equals done name. Assign to new cache so results backpropagate to previous elements return new cache 2 equals old cache 2 else reuse new cache so results backpropagate to previous elements unique cache key equals new cache. A match means we're done. A fail means we have to keep checking if new cache 2 equals matcher lm context xml return true return false. Function element matcher matchers return matchers.length greater than 1. Function lm context xml var I equals matchers.length while I if matchers I lm context xml return false return true matchers 0. Function multiple contexts selector contexts results var I equals 0 len equals context.length 4 I less than len, I plus plus sizzle selector contexts I results return results. Function condense unmatched map filter context XML var lm new unmatched equals I equals 0 len equals unmatched dot length map equals map equals null. 4. I less than len I plus plus if lm equals unmatched I if filter lm context xml new unmatched dot push lm if mapped map dot push I return new unmatched. Function set matcher pre-filter selector matcher post filter post finder post selector if post filter and end post filter expando post filter equals set matcher post filter if post finder and end post finder expando post finder equals set matcher post finder post selector return mark function seed results context xml var temp I lm pre-map equals post map equals pre-existing equals results dot length get initial elements from seed or context lms equals seed multiple contexts selector asterisk context dot node type context pre-filter to get matcher input preserving the map for seed results synchronization matcher in equals pre-filter and end seed selector condense lms pre-map pre-filter context xml lms matcher out equals matcher if we have a post finder or filtered seed or non-seed post filter or pre-existing results post finder seed pre-filter pre-existing post filter. Intermediate processing is necessary. Otherwise use results directly results matcher in. Find primary matches if matcher in matcher out context xml. Apply post filter if post filter temp equals condense matcher out post map post filter temp context xml. Unmatch failing elements by moving them back to matcher in I equals temp dot length while I if lm equals temp I matcher out post map I equals matcher in post map I equals lm if seed if post finder pre-filter if post finder get the final matcher out by condensing this intermediate into post finder context temp equals I equals matcher out dot length while I if lm equals matcher out I restore matcher in since lm is not yet the final match temp dot push matcher in I equals lm post finder null matcher out equals temp xml. Move matched elements from seed to results to keep them synchronized. I equals matcher out dot length while I if lm equals matcher out I and end temp equals post finder index of seed lm pre-map I greater than -1 seed temp equals results temp equals lm. Add elements to results through post finder if defined else matcher out equals condense matcher out equals results matcher out dot splice pre-existing matcher out dot length matcher out if post finder null results matcher out xml else push dot apply results matcher out. Function matcher from tokens var check context matcher j len equals tokens dot length leading relative equals expr dot relative tokens 0 dot type implicit relative equals leading relative expr dot relative I equals leading relative 1 0. The foundational matcher ensures that elements are reachable from top-level context. S match context equals add combinator function lm return lm equals check context implicit relative true match any context equals add combinator function lm return index of check context lm greater than -1 implicit relative true matchers equals function lm context xml var red equals leading relative indent xml context equals outermost context check context equals context dot node type match context lm context xml match any context lm context xml avoid hanging onto element issue number 299 check context equals null return red 4 I less than len I plus plus if matcher equals expr dot relative tokens I dot type matchers equals add combinator element matcher matchers matcher else matcher equals expr dot filter tokens I dot type dot apply null tokens I dot matches return special upon seeing a positional matcher if matcher expando find the next relative operator if any for proper handling j equals plus plus I 4 j less than len j plus plus if expr dot relative tokens j dot type break return set matcher I greater than 1 and int element matcher matchers I greater than 1 and into selector if the preceding token was a descendant combinator insert an implicit any element asterisk tokens dot slice 0 I 1 dot conquet value tokens I 2 dot type equals asterisk dot replace retrim $1 matcher I less than j and matcher from tokens dot slice I j less than len and matcher from tokens equals tokens dot slice j less than len and into selector tokens matchers dot push matcher return element matcher matchers function matcher from group matchers element matchers set matchers var by set equals set matchers dot length greater than 0 by element equals element matchers dot length greater than 0 super matcher equals function seed context xml results outermost var lm j matcher match count equals 0 I equals 0 unmatched equals seed and end set match equals context backup equals outermost context we must always have either seed elements or outermost context lms equals seed by element int and expr dot find tag asterisk outermost use integer duruns if this is the outermost matcher duruns unique equals duruns plus equals context backup equals null 1 math dot random point 1 len equals elems dot length if outermost context equals document context outermost add elements passing element matchers directly to result support i.e. less than 9 Safari tolerate node list properties i.e. length Safari number matching elements by id 4 I equals len and end lm equals lms I equals null I plus plus if by element int and lm j equals 0 if context int and lm dot owner document equals document set document lm xml equals document is html wow matcher equals element matchers j plus plus if matcher lm context document xml results dot push lm break if outermost duruns equals duruns unique track unmatched elements for set filters if by set they will have gone through all possible matchers if lm equals matcher and int lm matched count length and the array for every element matched or not if seed unmatched dot push lm I is now the count of elements visited above, and adding the to matched count makes the latter non-negative. Matched count plus equals I. Apply set filters to unmatched elements node. This can be skipped if there are no unmatched elements, i.e., matched count equals I, unless we didn't visit any underscore elements in the above loop because we have no element matchers and no seed. Incrementing an initially string 0 I allows I to remain a string only in that case, which will result in a 00 matched count that differs from I but is also numerically 0. If I set and I equals matched count, j equals 0, while matcher equals set matchers, j++ matcher unmatched, set matched, context, XML. If seed reintegrate element matches to eliminate the need for sorting if matched count greater than 0, while I, if unmatched I, set matched I equals pop.call results. Discard index placeholder values to get only actual matches. Set matched equals condense set matched. Add matches to results push.apply results set matched. Seedless set matches succeeding multiple successful matchers. Stipulate sorting if outermost and end. Seed and set match.length greater than 0 and end matched count plus set matchers.length greater than 1. Sizzle.unique sort results. Override manipulation of globals by nested matchers if outermost duruns equals duruns unique. Outermost context equals context backup. Return unmatched. Return by set. Mark function, supermatcher. Compile equals sizzle.compile equals function, selector, match asterisk internal use only asterisk, var I, set matchers equals, element matchers equals, cached equals compiler cache, selector plus. If cached, generate a function of recursive functions that can be used to check each element if match equals tokenize, selector, I equals match.length, while I, cached equals matcher from tokens, match I, if cached, expando, set matchers.push cached, else, element matchers.push cached. Cache the compiled function cached equals compiler cache, selector, matcher from group matchers, element matchers, set matchers. Save selector and tokenization cache.selector equals selector, return cached. Asterisk. A low-level selection function that works with Sizzle's compiled selector functions. Add param string function selector a selector or a precompiled selector function built with Sizzle.compile. Add param element context. Add param array results. Add param array seed a set of elements to match against asterisk select equals sizzle.select equals function selector context results seed var I tokens token type find compiled equals type of selector equals function and in selector match equals seed and in tokenize selector equals compiled dot selector results equals results. Try to minimize operations if there is only one selector in the list and no seed, the latter of which guarantees us context if match.length equals 1. Reduce context if the leading compound selector is NID tokens equals match 0 equals match 0.slice 0 if tokens.length greater than 2 and end token equals tokens 0.type equals ID and in context.node type equals 9 and in document is HTML and in expr.relative tokens 1.type context equals expr.find ID token.matches 0.replace RuneScape Funescape context 0 if context return results. Precompiled matchers will still verify ancestry, so step up a level else if compiled context equals context.parent node. Selector equals selector.slice tokens.shift.value.length. Fetch a seed set for right to left matching I equals match expr. Needs context.test selector 0 tokens.length while I token equals tokens I Abort if we hit a combinator if expr.relative type equals token.type break if find equals expr.find type search expanding context for leading sibling combinators if seed equals find token.matches 0.replace runescape funescape rsibling.test tokens 0.type and then test context.parent node context. If seed is empty or no tokens remain, we can return early tokens.splice I1 selector equals seed.length and into selector tokens if selector push.apply results seed return results break. Compile and execute a filtering function. If one is not provided, provide match to avoid retokenization if we modified the selector above. Compiled. Compile selector match seed context. Document is HTML results context. rsibling.test selector and in test context.parent node context return results. One-time assignments. Sort stability support. Sort stable equals expando.split. Sort order.join equals expando. Support. Chrome 1435 plus always assume duplicates if they aren't passed to the comparison function support.detect duplicates equals has duplicate. Initialize against the default document set document. Support. WebKit less than 537.32, Safari 6.0.3/Chrome 25, fixed in Chrome 27. Detached nodes confoundingly follow asterisk each other asterisk support.sort detached equals assert function L should return 1, but returns 4. Following return el.compare document position document.create element field set and 1. Support. I less than 8 prevent attribute property interpolation https://m/dn.microsoft.com/n-us/library/ms5364229.85%29.aspects if assert function L el.inner HTML equals less than href equals number greater than /a return el.firstChild.get attribute href equals number add handle type href height width function lm name is xml if is xml return elem.get attribute name name.to lowercase equals type 1 2. Support. I less than 9 use default value in place of get attribute value if support.attributes. Assert function L el.inner HTML equals input /el.firstChild.set attribute value return el.firstChild.get attribute value equals add handle value function lm name is xml if is xml and elem.node name.to lowercase equals input return elem.default value. Support. I less than 9 use get attribute node to fetch booleans when get attribute lies if assert function L return el.get attribute disabled equals null add handle booleans function lm name is xml var val if is xml return lm name equals true name.to lowercase val equals elem.get attribute node name and in val.specified val.value null. Return sizzle window jQuery.find equals sizzle jQuery.expr equals sizzle.selectors deprecated jQuery.expr equals jQuery.expr.pseudos jQuery.uniqueSort equals jQuery.unique equals sizzle.uniqueSort jQuery.text equals sizzle.getText jQuery.isXML doc equals sizzle.isXML. jQuery.contains equals sizzle.contains. jQuery.escape selector equals sizzle.escape. var_dir equals function lm dir until var matched equals truncate equals until equals undefined. While lm equals lm dir and an elem.node type equals 9 if elem.node type equals 1 if truncate and jQuery lm.is until break match.push lm return matched. var siblings equals function n lm var matched equals 4 n equals n dot next sibling if n dot node type equals 1 and n equals lm match dot push n return matched. var needs context equals jQuery.expr.match.needs context. var single tag equals less than az 0 greater than x20trnf asterisk x20trnf asterisk greater than \\1 $i. var is simple equals number asterisk $. Implement the identical functionality for filter and not function with no elements qualifier not if jQuery.isFunction qualifier return jQuery.grep elements function lm I return qualifier.call lm I lm equals not single element if qualifier.node type return jQuery.grep elements function lm return lm equals qualifier equals not array like of elements jQuery arguments array if type of qualifier equals string return jQuery.grep elements function lm return index of dot call qualifier lm greater than -1 equals not simple selector that can be filtered directly removing non-elements if rissimple.test qualifier return jQuery.filter qualifier elements not complex selector. Compare the two sets. Removing non-elements qualifier equals jQuery.filter qualifier elements return jQuery.grep elements function lm return index of dot call qualifier lm greater than -1 equals not and elem.node type equals 1. jQuery.filter equals function expr lms not var lm equals lms 0 if not expr equals not plus expr plus if elems.length equals 1 and an elem.node type equals 1 return jQuery.find.matches selector lm expr lm return jQuery.find.matches expr jQuery.grep elems function lm return elem.node type equals 1 jQuery.fn.extend find function selector var I ret len equals this.length self equals this if type of selector equals string return this.push stack jQuery selector.filter function for I equals 0 I less than len I plus plus if jQuery.contains self I this return true red equals this.push stack for I equals 0 I less than len I plus plus jQuery.find selector self I red return len greater than 1 jQuery.unique sort red filter function selector return this.push stack window this selector false not function selector return this.push stack window this selector true is function selector return window this If this is a positional relative selector, check membership in the returned set so $p:first.is, p:"last won't return true for a doc with 2p. Type of selector == string and then needs context.test selector. jQuery selector. False.length. Initialize a jQuery object. A central reference to the root jQuery document var root jQuery. A simple way to check for HTML strings. Prioritize number id over tag to avoid XSS via location.hash number 9521. Strict HTML recognition, number 11290. Must start with less than. Shortcut simple number id case for speed or quick expr equals s asterisk less than ww plus greater than asterisk number w plus dollar. Init equals jQuery.fn.init equals function selector context root var match lm handle $, null, undefined, false if selector return this. Method init accepts an alternate root jQuery so migrate can support jQuery.sub gh2101 root equals root jQuery handle HTML strings if type of selector == string if selector 0 == less than and in selector.length 1 == greater than and in selector.length greater than = 3. Assume that strings that start and end with less than greater than are HTML and skip the regex check match equals null selector null. Else match equals requick expr.exec selector. Match HTML or make sure no context is specified for number id if match and end match 1. Context handle $HTML greater than $array if match 1 context equals context instance of jQuery context 0 context. Option to run scripts is true for back compat. Intentionally let the error be thrown if parse HTML is not present. jQuery.merge this jQuery.parse HTML match 1 context and then context.node type context.owner document context document true handle $HTML props if or single tag.test match 1 and in jQuery.isPlain object context for match and context. Properties of context are called as methods if possible if jQuery.isFunction this match context match and otherwise set as attributes else this.attr match context match. Return this handle $number id else lm equals document.getElement by id match 2 if lm. Inject the element directly into the jQuery object this 0 equals lm this.length equals 1. Return this handle $expr else if context.jQuery return context root.find selector handle $expr context which is just equivalent to $context.find expr else return this.constructor context.find selector handle $dom element else if selector.node type this 0 equals selector this.length equals 1. Return this handle $function shortcut for document ready else if jQuery.isFunction selector return root.ready equals undefined root.ready selector. Execute immediately if ready is not present selector jQuery. Return jQuery.makeArray selector this. Give the init function the jQuery prototype for later instantiation. Init.prototype equals jQuery.fn. Initialize central reference reached query equals jQuery document. var parents prev equals parents prev until all. Methods guaranteed to produce a unique set when starting from a unique set. Guaranteed unique equals children true, contents true, next true, prev true. jQuery.fn.extend has function target var targets equals jQuery target this l equals targets.length. Return this dot filter function var I equals 0 for I less than l I plus plus if jQuery dot contains this targets I return true. Closest function selectors context varchar I equals 0 l equals this dot length matched equals targets equals type of selectors equals string and in jQuery selectors. Positional selectors never match since there's no underscore selection underscore context if needs context dot test selectors for I less than l I plus plus for cur equals this I cur and cur equals context cur equals cur dot parent node. Always skip document fragments if cur dot node type less than 11 and end targets dot index cur greater than -1. Don't pass non-elements to cur.node type equals 1 and end jQuery.find.matches selector cur selectors match.push cur break. Return this .push stack match.length greater than 1 jQuery.unique sort matched. Determine the position of an element within the set index function lm. No argument. Return index and parent if lm return this 0 and in this 0 dot parent node this dot first dot preval dot length -1 index and selector if type of lm equals string return index of dot call jQuery lm this 0. Locate the position of the desired element return index of dot call this. If it receives a jQuery object, the first element is used elem.jQuery. lm 0, lm. Add, function, selector, context, return this .push stack jQuery.unique sort jQuery.merge this .get, jQuery, selector, context. Add back, function, selector, return this .add selector equals null, this .prev object. This .prev object .filter selector function sibling cur dir while cur equals cur dir and in cur .node type equals 1 return cur jQuery.each parent function lm var parent equals elem.parent node return parent and in parent.node type equals 11 parent null parents function lm returner lm parent node parents until function lm I until returner lm parent node until next function lm return sibling lm next sibling prev function lm return sibling lm previous sibling next all function lm returner lm next sibling preval function lm returner lm previous sibling next until function lm I until returner lm next sibling until prev until function lm I until returner lm previous sibling until siblings function lm return siblings elem.parent node first child lm children function lm return siblings elem.first child contents function lm return elem.content document jQuery.merge elem.child nodes function name fn jQuery.fn name equals function until selector var match equals jQuery.map this fn until if name.slice -5 equals until selector equals until if selector and int type of selector equals string match equals jQuery.filter selector matched if this dot length greater than 1. Remove duplicates if guaranteed unique name jQuery.unique sort matched. Reverse order for parents asterisk and prev derivatives if rparentsprev.test name match.reverse. Return this dot push stack matched. var enough equals x20 trnf plus g. Convert string formatted options into object formatted ones function create options var object equals jQuery.each options.match enough white. Function flag object flag equals true. Return object asterisk. Create a callback list using the following parameters asterisk. Options. An optional list of space-separated options that will change how the callback list behaves or a more traditional option object asterisk. By default a callback list will act like an event callback list and can be fired multiple times asterisk. Possible options asterisk. Once will ensure the callback list can only be fired once, like a deferred asterisk. Memory will keep track of previous values and will call any callback added after the list has been fired right away with the latest memorized values, like a deferred asterisk. Unique will ensure a callback can only be added once, no duplicate in the list asterisk. Stop on false. Interrupt callings when a callback returns false asterisk jQuery.callbacks equals function options. Convert options from string formatted to object formatted if needed. We check and cache first. Options equals type of options equals string. Create options jQuery.extend options. var flag to know if list is currently firing. Last fire value for non-forgettable list memory. Flag to know if list was already fired. Flag to prevent firing locked. Actual callback list equals queue of execution data for repeatable list queue equals index of currently firing callback modified by add remove as needed. Firing index equals -1. Fire callbacks fire equals function. Enforce single firing locked equals options.once. Execute callbacks for all pending executions, respecting firing index overrides in runtime. Changes fired equals firing equals true, for queue.length. Firing index equals -1, memory equals queue.shift, while, plus firing index less than list.length. Run callback and check for early termination if list. Firing index.apply memory 0, memory 1 equals false and end options.stop on false. Jump to end and forget that data so.add doesn't refire firing index equals list.length, memory equals false. Forget that data if we're done with it if options.memory memory equals false. Firing equals false. Clean up if we're done firing for good if locked. Keep an empty list if we have data for future add calls if memory list equals. Otherwise, this object is spent else list equals. Actual callbacks object self equals. Add a callback or a collection of callbacks to the list add function if list. If we have memory from a past run, we should fire after adding if memory and end. Firing index equals list.length 1. Queue.push memory. Function add args jQuery.each args function arg if jQuery.is function arg if options.unique, self.has arg, list.push arg, else if arg and arg.length and in jQuery.type arg equals string. Inspect recursively add arg arguments if memory and end firing fire. Return this. Remove a callback from the list. Remove function jQuery.each arguments function arg var index while index equals jQuery.inArray arg list index greater than -1 list.splice index 1. Handle firing indexes if index less than equals firing index. Return this. Check if a given callback is in the list. If no argument is given, return whether or not list has callbacks attached. Has function fn return fn jQuery.inArray fn list greater than -1 list.length greater than 0. Remove all callbacks from the list. Empty function if list equals return this. Disable.fire and .add abort any current pending executions. Clear all callbacks and values. Disable function locked equals q equals list equals memory equals return this. Disabled function return list. Disable.fire also disable.add unless we have memory, since it would have no effect. Abort any pending executions. Lock function locked equals q equals if memory and end firing list equals memory equals return this. Locked function return locked. Call all callbacks with the given context and arguments. Fire with function context args if locked args equals context args.slice args q.push args if firing fire. Return this. Call all the callbacks with the given arguments. Fire function self.fire with this arguments. Return this. To know if the callbacks have already been called at least once. Fired function return fired. Return self. Function identity v return v. Function thrower x throw x. Function adopt value resolve reject var method. Try. Check for promise aspect first to privilege synchronous behavior if value and int jQuery.is function method equals value.promise method.call value.done resolve.fail reject. Other than enables else if value and int jQuery.is function method equals value.then method.call value resolve reject. Other non-enables else. Support Android 4.0 only strict mode functions invoked without .call / .apply get global object context resolve.call undefined value. For promises E+, convert exceptions into rejections. Since jQuery.win doesn't unwrap the enables, we can skip the extra checks appearing in deferred hash then to conditionally suppress rejection. Catch value. Support Android 4.0 only strict mode functions invoked without .call / .apply get global object context reject.call undefined value. jQuery.extend. Deferred function func var tuples equals action add listener callbacks then handlers argument index final state notify progress jQuery.callbacks memory jQuery.callbacks memory 2 resolve done jQuery.callbacks once memory jQuery.callbacks once memory 0 resolved. Reject fail jQuery.callbacks once memory jQuery.callbacks once memory 1 rejected. State equals pending promise equals state function return state always function defer.done arguments.fail arguments, return this, catch, function, fn, return promise.then null, fn. Keep pipe for back compat pipe, function, asterisk fn done, fn fail, fn progress asterisk, var fns equals arguments. Return jQuery.deferred function, new defer, jQuery.each tuples, function, I, tuple. Map tuples, progress, done, fail to arguments, done, fail, progress, var fn equals jQuery.is function, fns, tuple, 4, and fns, tuple, 4. Defer.progress function, bind to new defer or new defer.notify defer.done function, bind to new defer or new defer.resolve defer.fail function, bind to new defer or new defer.reject deferred, tuple, 1 function, var return equals fn and fn.apply this, arguments, if, returned and jQuery.is function return.promise.progress new defer.notify.done new defer.resolve.fail new defer.reject, else, new defer, tuple, 0 plus with this, fn, returned, arguments, fns equals null, dot promise, then, function, unfulfilled, unrejected, on progress, var max depth equals 0, function resolve, depth, deferred, handler, special, return function, var that equals this, args equals arguments, might throw equals function, var returned, then. Support. Promises Z plus section 2.3.3.3.3 https://promisesaplus.com/hashpoint-59 ignore double resolution attempts if depth less than max depth return equals handler.apply that args. Support. Promises Z plus section 2.3.1 https://promisesaplus.com/hashpoint-48 if return equals defer.promise throw new type error, then enable self-resolution. Support. Promises Z plus sections 2.3.3.1 3.5 https://promisesaplus.com/hashpoint-54 https://promisesaplus.com/hashpoint-75 retrieve then only once then equals returned and end. Support. Promises Z plus section 2.3.4 https://promisesaplus.com/hashpoint-64 only check objects and functions for the inability, type of returned object. Type of returned function and then return.then. Handle a returned enable if jQuery.is function then. Special processors notify just wait for resolution if special then call returned resolve max depth deferred identity special resolve max depth deferred thrower special. Normal processors resolve also hook into progress else. Disregard older resolution values max depth plus. Then call returned resolve max depth deferred identity special resolve max depth deferred thrower special resolve max depth deferred identity defer.notify with. Handle all other returned values else. Only substitute handlers pass on context and multiple values, non-spec behavior if handler equals identity that equals undefined args equals returned. Process the value s default process is resolve special defer.resolve with that args. Only normal processors resolve catch and reject exceptions process equals special might throw function try might throw catch e if jQuery.deferred.exception hook jQuery.deferred.exception hook e process.stack trace. Support. Promises Z plus section 2.3.3.3.4.1 https://promisesaplus.com/hash.-61 Ignore post resolution exceptions if depth plus 1 greater than equals max depth. Only substitute handlers pass on context and multiple values, non-spec behavior if handler equals thrower that equals undefined args equals e defer.reject with that args. Support promises Z plus section 2.3.3.3.1 https://promisesaplus.com/hash.-57 Resolve promises immediately to dodge false rejection from subsequent errors if depth process else. Call an optional hook to record the stack in case of exception since it's otherwise lost when execution goes async if jQuery.deferred.getStackHook process.stackTrace equals jQuery.deferred.getStackHook window.setTimeout process. Return jQuery.deferred function new defer progress_handlers.add tuples 0 3.add resolve 0 new defer jQuery.is function on progress identity new defer.notify with fulfilled_handlers.add tuples 1 3.add resolve 0 new defer jQuery.is function unfulfilled identity rejected_handlers.add tuples 2 3.add resolve 0 new defer jQuery.is function unrejected thrower promise. Get a promise for this deferred if obj is provided. The promise aspect is added to the object promise function obj return obj equals null jQuery.extend obj promise deferred equals add list specific methods jQuery.each tuples function I tuple var list equals tuple 2 status during equals tuple 5 promise.progress equals list.add promise.done equals list.add promise.fail equals list.add promise tuple 1 equals list.add handle state if status during list.add function state equals resolved I fulfilled state equals rejected state equals status during rejected_callbacks.disable fulfilled_callbacks.disable tuples 3 I 2.disable progress_callbacks.lock tuples 0 2.lock progress_handlers.fire fulfilled_handlers.fire rejected_handlers.fire list.add tuple 3.fire defer.notify equals function defer.notify with defer.resolve equals function defer.resolve with defer.reject equals function defer.reject with deferred tuple 0 equals function deferred tuple 0 plus with this equals deferred undefined this arguments return this defer.notify with equals list.fire with defer.resolve with equals list.fire with defer.reject with equals list.fire with deferred tuple 0 plus with equals list.fire with make the deferred a promise deferred call given func if any if func func.call deferred all done return deferred helper when function single value var count of uncompleted subordinates remaining equals arguments.length count of unprocessed arguments I equals remaining subordinate fulfillment data resolve contexts equals array I resolve values equals slice.call arguments the master deferred master equals jQuery.deferred Subordinate callback factory update func equals function I, return function value, resolve contexts I equals this, resolve values I equals arguments.length greater than 1. Slice.call arguments value if remaining master.resolve with resolve contexts, resolve values. Single and empty arguments are adopted like promise.resolve if remaining less than equals 1, adopt value, single value, master.done update func, I.resolve, master.reject. Use.then to unwrap secondary enables cf. GH3000 if master.state equals pending. jQuery.is function resolve values I and then resolve values I.then. Return master.then. Multiple arguments are aggregated like promise.all array elements while I adopt value, resolve values I, update func I, master.reject. Return master.promise. These usually indicate a programmer mistake during development. Warn about them ASAP rather than swallowing them by default. Var names equals eval, internal, range, reference, syntax, type, URI or $. jQuery.deferred.exception hook equals function error stack. Support. IE8, 9 only console exists when DevTools are open, which can happen at any time if window.console and end, window.console.warn and end error and then renames.test error.name, window.console.warn, jQuery.deferred exception, plus error.message, error.stack, stack. jQuery.ready exception equals function error, window.set timeout function, throw error. The deferred used on DOM ready var ready list equals jQuery.deferred. jQuery.fn.ready equals function fn. Ready list.then fn. Wrap jQuery.ready exception in a function so that the lookup happens at the time of error handling instead of callback registration. Catch function error, jQuery.ready exception error. Return this. jQuery.extend. Is the DOM ready to be used? Set to true once it occurs. Is ready false. A counter to track how many items to wait for before the ready event fires. See number 6781 ready wait, 1. Hold, or release the ready event hold ready, function hold if hold, jQuery.ready wait else, jQuery.ready true. Handle when the DOM is ready function wait. Abort if there are pending holds or we're already ready if wait equals true. jQuery.ready wait. jQuery.isReady return. Remember that the DOM is ready jQuery.isReady equals true. If a normal DOM ready event fired, decrement, and wait if need be if wait equals true and end. jQuery.ready wait greater than 0 return. If there are functions found to execute ready list.resolve with document jQuery. jQuery.ready.then equals ready list.then. The ready event handler and self cleanup method function completed. Document.remove event listener, DOM content loaded, completed. Window.remove event listener, load, completed. jQuery.ready. Catch cases where $document.ready is called after the browser event has already occurred. Support. IE less than equals 9. 10 only older IE sometimes signals interactive too soon if document.ready state equals complete. Document.ready state equals loading and end. Document.document element.do scroll. Handle it asynchronously to allow scripts the opportunity to delay ready window.set timeout jQuery.ready. Else. Use the handy event callback document.add event listener, DOM content loaded, completed, a fallback to window.onload, that will always work. Window.add event listener, load, completed. Multifunctional method to get and set values of a collection. The value s can optionally be executed if it's a function. Var access equals function, lems, fn, key, value, chainable, empty get, raw, var I equals 0, len equals elems.length, bulk equals key equals null. Sets many values if jQuery.type key equals object, chainable equals true, for I and key access lems, fn, I, key, I, true, empty get, raw. Sets one value else if value equals undefined, chainable equals true. If jQuery.is function value raw equals true. If bulk operations run against the entire set of raw fn.call lems value fn equals null. Except when executing function values else bulk equals fn equals function lem key value return bulk.call jQuery lem value. If fn for I less than len I plus fn lems I key raw value dot call lems I fn lems I key. If chainable return lems gets if bulk return fn dot call lems return len fn lems 0 key empty get var accept data equals function owner accepts only node dot element underscore node dot document underscore node object any return owner dot node type equals 1 owner dot node type equals 9 plus owner dot node type function data. This dot expando equals jQuery dot expando plus data dot uid plus data dot uid equals 1 data dot prototype equals cache function owner. Check if the owner object already has a cache var value equals owner. This dot expando. If not, create one if value equals. We can accept data for non-element nodes in modern browsers, but we should not. See number 8335. Always return an empty object. If accept data owner. If it is a node unlikely to be stringifyed or looped over, use plain assignment if owner.node type owner. This dot expando equals value. Otherwise secure that in a non-enumerable property configurable must be true to allow the property to be deleted when data is removed. Else object.define property owner. This dot expando value configurable true return value set function owner data value var prop cache equals this dot cache owner handle owner key value args. Always use camel case key gh 2257. If type of data equals string cache jQuery dot camel case data equals value handle owner properties args. Else copy the properties one by one to the cache object for prop and data cache jQuery dot camel case prop equals data prop return cache get function owner key return key equals undefined. This dot cache owner. Always use camel case key gh 2257 owner. This dot expando and owner. This dot expando jQuery dot camel case key access function owner key value. In cases where either 1. No key was specified, 2. A string key was specified, but no value provided, take the red path and allow the get method to determine which value to return, respectively. Either 1. The entire cache object, 2. The data stored at the key if key equals undefined. key and int type of key string and int value undefined. Return this .get owner key. When the key is not a string, or both a key and value are specified, set or extend existing objects with either 1. An object of properties 2. A key and value this .set owner key value. Since the set path can have 2 possible entry points, return the expected data based on which path was taken. Return value undefined value key. Remove function owner key var I cache owner this .expando. If cache undefined, return. If key undefined. Support array or space-separated string of keys if jQuery is array key. If key is an array of keys, we always set camel case keys, so remove that. Key key.map jQuery.camelcase, else key jQuery.camelcase key. If a key with the spaces exists, use it. Otherwise, create an array by matching non-white space key in cache. Key.match nothing white. I key.length. While I delete cache key I. Remove the expando if there's no more data if key undefined. jQuery is empty object cache. Support Chrome less than equals 35. 45 WebKit and link performance suffers when deleting properties from DOM nodes, so set to undefined instead. https://bugs.chromium.org/p/chromium/issues/detail question it equals 378607. Bug restricted if owner.node type owner this .expando equals undefined, else delete owner this .expando. Has data function owner var cache owner this .expando. Return cache undefined and end. jQuery is empty object cache. Var data prev equals new data. Var data user equals new data. Implementation summary 1. Enforce API surface and semantic compatibility with 1.9.x branch.